My name is Matthew Fekumo, studied computer science from the University of Lagos. And in this introductory video, I'll be walking you through the foundation of HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Of course, it is not a programming language, but it is a markup language used to structure your web pages. So you can use HTML to add text, images, audio, and even videos, and so on. Programming languages include JavaScript, Python, PHP, Go, and the rest. So why is it important that we learn HTML? HTML is actually one of the fundamentals languages that you can use to build your web pages. It is actually a front-end technology, and so it is important that we get the foundation of HTML. So I'm going to demonstrate how we can use just HTML to build a simple one-page website. Are you ready? So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is to download Visual Studio Code. So to do that, I'm going to go to my Google and I will type VS Code download. VS Code download. I'm going to click on the first link. I will click on the first link, and then it is going to take me to the official website of Visual Studio Code, where I have these three buttons where you can download for Windows, for Ubuntu, and of course for Mac. So go ahead and download for whatever operating system you are currently using. Okay, I'm using Windows currently, and I will choose Windows. But I'm not going to download Visual Studio Code to my machine because I already have it installed. So I'm going to go straight to open Visual Studio Code, but you can go ahead and download it if you don't have it already. So this is Visual Studio Code already opened, and I'm going to create my home page. So I'm going to click on the plus button here, which is a new file. And I will type index.html. So it's going to create a new file for me. And in that new file, I am going to have this is where I'm going to be typing my HTML structure. This is where I'm going to write all my codes. So first and foremost, I'm going to generate my HTML boilerplate. So if I click on Shift exclamation, so I'll probably have my HTML boilerplate or the HTML structure, or I can also say the HTML skeleton. So here I can change the title to Learn HTML as a title. And then for me to have my page displayed, I'm going to be writing my code in the body section. So here I want to build, let's say, a list. But before I even talk about a list, let me talk about the HTML tags. So we have the HTML opening tags and closing tag. And of course, the first tag we want to talk about or element is the paragraph, the P tag. So if I have the P tag, the paragraph, and then I say I use some default paragraph lorem, I click enter, and then it's going to give me a default paragraph. Then we also have headers as well. Headers. And the headers are 6 of them, H1 to H6. H1 to H6 headers. So let's say the first one, H1, it's actually the largest and it is the main heading. So I can just type learn HTML. Okay, so that's my H1. And then I can also come and add a list. So in my list, I have ordered lists and unordered lists. So for unordered lists, I can say OL. So first and foremost, I use a H2, and I'll say types of food. Then I'll use OL, and then inside my unordered lists, I'll have my LI, which is my list item. So here I can have Apple, and I can copy this and paste it 2 more times. So here I can say mango, and the third one I can say banana. Okay, so next I have my unordered list, which is UL, and then I also have my list items where I want to name names of food. So I can say rice, copy it, paste it 3 times, 2 more times, and change this to beans. And here I have okay yam. So before then, I can use another H2 and I'll write name. So all right, so the last thing I'm going to do is to add an image of a butterfly. So I can say to add an image. So let me come to the heading here and add an image. So image, I'll use the tag img. So I can say butterfly. Right, image is inside a folder. So I'll say images slash butterfly. I'll just say a butterfly as my alt, which is an attribute. I'll just say a butterfly. All right. So I'm done with my web page. So what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to right click, open with live server, or I can view show preview. Let me show preview. Let's see the preview of what we have done. Boom! I have my one-page website completed in minutes. So I have my heading, I have my image of butterfly, I have my paragraph, I have my list items, and then I can quickly do some formatting by adding bold and italics here. So I can come here, come to the paragraph. Here, I can use my B tag. So this is bold, bold, and then here I can use my italics. All right. So that is it. So this is the preview. So if I want to show it on the browser quickly, so I come here, open with Live Server. Live Server has started. So boom, I have my one-page website quickly built in minutes, in just few minutes. Okay, so this is the end of the tutorial. Do like, share, and of course subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Peace.